Now, from the Signature Bank Studios, this is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
Only the biggest stories, only the biggest guests, and only the biggest opinions. This is AM 560, The Answer.
All right, welcome back to Chicago's Morning Answer. Amy Jacobson here. John Anthony in for Dan Proft. And
hey, thank you. I'm just coaching them how to make sure
I know,
he speaks
we have
to
a
the mic.
house guest because
Yeah.
we normally don't have people in the studio. We love to have it. So I
Yeah.
call anybody who comes through that door a house guest.
Yeah, I have them in the studio all the time.
Yeah, so your show this Saturday,
4 to
from
7.
4 to 7
Yes.
is going to be featuring what?
Actually,
Give it a little tease.
we're going to be doing a 11 congressional district debate on the first hour with the doctor we have in the studio.
Dr. Kent
Yeah.
Mercado and the other two
I didn't
candidates.
want to say his name. That's
Well, I am.
I
And then
know.
who are the other two running against him that you're
So
having?
Susan Altman, Susan Hathaway Altman, and Jerry Davis.
All right.
So they'll be joining me live in studio Saturday.
Okay, Dr. Mercado, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. What a pleasure.
And the first question always is, why are you running?
No, I'm running. I'm a doctor, a lawyer, a humanitarian. I'm a father and a husband, and I wanted to have a bigger impact. I do a lot of different things when it comes to natural disaster relief. I was in, I got 1,000 hospital beds for Haiti, and for Katrina, did amputations in Haiti, and I've also got $10 million worth of supplies for Pakistan when they had their flood relief. What I'm trying to do is being able to have a bigger impact and to help more people. I'm running as a center person, and it's funny because a lot of times people thought I was a Democrat because I do so many do-gooder things. I'm like, no, you don't understand.
I know people don't realize that Republicans
It's
are very
Republican.
philanthropic.
Absolutely.
And that's
absolutely.
a whole
No, the Democrats just
group
have
that they ignore.
right. The Democrats will go ahead and say, well, we need government funding for this. The Republicans will actually do it.
Exactly. I hear you. So how has your district been impacted, though, by the migrant crisis at all? And again, we're talking about the 11th district. Bill Foster's currently the congressman there. Has the migrant crisis affected your district?
It's beginning to. What they're doing is that they're doing a lot of buses and drop-offs. I know when I was in, I believe it was Huntley, and they dropped off a group of people. By the time I got there, I was in Huntley, 2 minutes away. They had already put them back onto the train.
Oh my! That
And
quickly?
that quickly.
Like that.
That it only took me 5 minutes to get there.
But are you a shut down the border type of
Oh,
guy?
absolutely. If you think about it, it's just like when people have, oh my goodness, my tub is overflowing. So they're going ahead and they're taking little cups and they're putting into the sink, trying to do that. Anybody ever think about turning off the faucet?
That would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good
That's
thing. That'd be a nice
Understand.
start.
But I
That'd be
keep
a nice
hearing
start.
that Biden's going to have a reset
Yeah.
right before the State of the Union in March.
Yeah.
The first week, I think it's March 4th, is the State of the Union, and that's when he's going to sign an executive order and finally stop the flow of immigrants. Because that issue, but it's been 3 years of filling up this country with people who are going to vote Democratic,
Right.
and that's the thing. So
Well,
it's hard to.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, you're talking about they wanted to limit one of the bills that they were passing. They wanted to limit it to 5,000 people a day. I just did my math, and I think that's 1.8 million people. I think that would make it the fourth largest city in the United States.
Gosh, that's crazy. John, do you have any?
Yeah, I do. I'm looking at the map of the district. It went from 5 counties to now 8 counties, and it's now a more rural area.
Can you walk us through the
Yeah.
district? Like how far north, east,
So it
west?
used to be Kane County, DuPage, Kendall, Will, which I used to live in the 11th in Kendall County. And now it's Boone, McHenry, DeKalb, Lake County, Kane County, Will, and they've added a little bit more of Cook County into that district. I wonder why. Must be a large influx of Democrat voters there. Huh?
Of course, it's just the idea of gerrymandering. I mean, I know Governor Jerry in Massachusetts made a salamander district, but this is ludicrous.
Yeah.
The way that they do that. If you take a look at St. Charles, it's in that St. Charles Township has 3 different congressional districts that run through that. They did that on purpose because they divided something that is pretty conservative, and they just moved it out. The new section, all of the Boone County and McHenry and DeKalb, and a little bit of Lake, that part is about an R10. That part's good, but it's only 45% of the district.
Oh, there it is.
So that's how.
So it went from a D plus 13 to a D plus 5 now?
Because you have about D10 in the other 55%.
And what that means is the average amount of victory.
Okay.
It was a 13-point victory.
Correct.
Bill Foster had against Catalina Loft. But now, based upon the drafting of the new map, now they're saying it's a D+5 district.
Well-
He's looking to win by 5.
He's looking to win by 5, and I've been focusing a lot of my efforts on Naperville and Aurora and Downers Grove and a lot of those areas to get my.
What's your message? Because when you look at it, you have a lot now. I mean, these are the big collar counties. This is why the Illinois Republican Party has languished. What has been your message that those? Because I heard the ad on the air, the kitchen table issues that people are responding to from your campaign.
Well, that's what it is. I've talked to thousands of people, and they want to go ahead and focus on the economy. They want to go ahead and bring back jobs. They want to go ahead and lower inflation. They want to go ahead and work on cost of living, infrastructure. Safety is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Educational access, particularly in many of the different communities. There's a lot of new generation, either Chinese or Indian or Pakistan, where education is the absolute number one issue for them.
Amy, did you hear what was missing?
What?
That he didn't say property tax, although that's one of the highest property taxes as
Property
it relates
tax
property,
area,
property
yes.
tax area in the state. He didn't mention that. You know why? Because when you look at the state of Illinois, that's been something that Republicans have talked about for eons. But what has happened? Have you seen any change? Have you seen, if anything, the Republicans have dwindled because people pay lip service to that. They know that they're paying a lot of property taxes. And what I found when I was running, property taxes, yeah, people are paying a lot, but it's not more important than the education. It's not more important than the safety. And Republicans haven't shifted their message.
Yesterday a woman got robbed in Hinsdale.
Yeah.
Did you see that? She
Yeah.
was filling up her car with gas. She left the car running, doors open, not open, but unlocked. And a guy came around and just took off, and there she was, left stranded. So what are you hearing from undecided suburban female voters?
That's been one of my biggest focuses. One of the things that I'm doing is that I'm regarding abortion, which is a big hot topic issue. That's after Dobbs. It is a state issue, and I'm not doing anything regarding any state any federal laws, and it's a state issue.
Right.
So there's no federal actions or
There's no
intervention
federal
needed?
actions that I'm going to do. Absolutely not.
So the
And
Lindsey
that
Graham 15-week heartbeat bill?
nope.
Nope.
And that's something that is works very well within the suburban women group.
Well, what about Ukraine? So let's move over there. Should the United States provide Ukraine with money in its fight against Russia?
No, only old equipment.
Old equipment?
Old equipment.
Okay.
Well, because there's no accountability. I mean, right now, every time you look at it, anytime you ask for somebody to go ahead and do a review, oh no. You can't keep on giving somebody money. When you own your own business, I know you do. If you go to the bank to get some money, you have to have a business plan. You have to have that. Then they go ahead and they check on it to make sure you're going ahead and following all the rules and things like that. There's no there's no measurements with that.
What about Israel? Should the U.S. provide Israel with money to fight against Hamas?
No, just again, same thing. It's just equipment. Israel's doing fine financially.
You don't think they need our help?
They're going to. I mean, I think that I think that they're fine, but I do support them completely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you with Donald Trump? Are you supportive of the Republican nominee who's eventually going to be Donald Trump?
Well, of course.
100% behind him? There you go. MAGA all
Verbal.
the way?
No, I'm actually not MAGA, but I do support his policies.
Well, what does that mean to be MAGA? Because I keep saying
Well-
MAGA Republicans. Like, no, I voted for Trump. Am I MAGA?
Yeah, but
What
see-
makes somebody MAGA?
That is just a
I'm
I'm just
voted
caricature.
twice.
asking.
It's just a
among-
caricature that the left has created to demonize a certain people. And if anything, it's more of the agenda of America first. At least that's what I stand with. I
Okay.
stand with the agenda of America first. Now MAGA. What is MAGA? Make America Great Again. You got to admit, when Trump was running for office, America was in dire straits. He said, you know what? He took the message of was it Ronald Reagan, and made America great again. You can't. That is undeniable.
Well, it absolutely is. I mean, you just brought up Reagan.
Yeah.
Are you better off 4 years?
That's right.
Than you were 4 years ago? Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. I mean, you could say 3 years. I get it, but the whole concept is that you are not better off in almost any capacity that you can look at. It's $11,000 more per family
Right.
in the last 3 years. Now inflation has come down magically, a coincidence.
A
that it's,
little.
because of that. But you've already got 25% interest or 20,
Right.
whatever the amount is. I mean, it's just ludicrous. I went and I again, we're almost empty nesters, and I went just to get things. I bought 2 bags of grocery for my wife and I, $68. 2 plastic bags.
I know, and probably no alcohol or dog
No,
food or cat food in there.
No meat, no
Eggs.
alcohol.
No meat. Yep.
No eggs.
You
I
know,
mean, that's-
eggs, it would have been 60.
Yeah.
I mean, 100. Yeah.
No, I know it's just a mind scratcher. Boxes of cereal are about.
yes, you-
They're so. I know. I'm all in
Your
my
cereal.
boxes. I want to move from goldfish to boxes of cereal. Like $11.99.
I saw that.
$12 for a
Bacon.
box of Cocoa Puffs.
Bacon. I'm the biggest connoisseur of bacon. I love
And
bacon.
bacon is so
The price of
expensive.
bacon today, from what I was paying for it, are you freaking kidding me?
What I do is I drive to Northwest Indiana, and I actually buy boxes of cereals for Quinn's son Emmett, and maybe for Quinn too. But you go to the Walmart in Hammond, and it's like $3.99 for the, and you're buying the same thing, and that's a mega box, and you're buying a smaller version for $11.99
Yeah.
Oh, my
in
word.
Chicago. So it's, or even in Illinois, you don't have to be in Chicago. All right. So the last topic I want to get on real quick: should there be a law requiring background checks on all gun sales?
I believe there should be. There should be, but it has to be a very logical one where you're going to head and do that. It's a universal background check where you share the information. There was a mass murder that was created in because they didn't have a fellow who was dishonorably discharged for having mental issues. And if they would have just checked that, that would have saved.
Oh, I know.
saved-
There's so many cases where they've slipped through the
They-
cracks.
they've slipped through
It's
the
So
cracks.
frustrating.
Now, see, now I'm a absolutist when it comes to the Second Amendment. I don't think there should be any infringement.
Oh, I do.
No, I
on the Second Amendment.
I understand
No,
that.
here's my question. Because when you look at the last 7, 8 mass shooters, they've all been from the trans community. They've all been people that have been on the FBI's so-called watch list. I think the laws are already there to stop a lot of the things that we that are happening in this country. We just don't have people who, because remember, we had a Chicago mayor who famously said, "Never let a good crisis go to waste."
No.
This is what they believe in.
No, I understand that. I want to enforce the current laws that we have. That's and just make sure that there's sharing of information. I don't really want to have. First of all, how many laws on that? I talked to Pat, who's the state's attorney in McHenry County, and I said, how many violent crimes were committed by somebody with their own registered gun so far this year? Actually, this was in November. It was 0.
Yeah.
It was 0.
Yeah.
Most of the laws that they're trying to do absolutely do not help what
No,
it
to
is.
go after the good guy.
They go after the good guy. So I'm working with a bunch of people. There's a guy named Lombardo. I'm working with
Oh
some
no, yeah,
people.
Dave.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm working with Dave. I'm working with a few other people to find legislation that that will actually work. Because right now I'm not seeing it. Even gun clips or banana clips. All you have to do
I got
is
legislation. Here's the gist of the bill. Follow the current law. Boom, in the bill.
Drop
In the
line.
bill.
enforce it
In the bill.
in the bill.
That's the bill. You get all the congressmen, all the senators to vote for it. I personally don't think we need any other new legislation as it relates to the Second Amendment. I'm a stickler on that. I'm for open. I'm an open carry kind of guy. You know, I believe if I want to go buy a bazooka, I should be able to go buy a bazooka, because when you look at what's happening with the invasion at our borders, I see it, concealed carry. When you look at the invasion that's happening at our borders, our government is trying to take away our ability to defend ourselves, and yet we are allowing all these people. I mean, I saw a video, Syrians,
We're
Iranians,
going to be
Yemen,
playing that.
Houthis.
China, Syria, Georgia, Turkey.
Yeah.
They're all coming in California. now.
Yes.
That because
Yes, and you wanna take away my ability to defend myself from, guess what? Them and you, the government. Yes, I said it. The government. I said that. You know what? I just gotta say something real quickly. When you look at, I'm not talking to you, doctor. When you look at how a lot of the founding fathers spoke about independence and freedom, they've shut us down as individuals with the ability to speak as they spoke. You know, I just gave a speech the other day in LaSalle, and I said people forget about the Tree of Liberty. That's all I'll say. But the Tree of Liberty needing to be refreshed. We can't have those type of conversations today. They want to shut us down and quiet us because now we're insurrectionists. No, we want to keep you, the government. And this is how our founding founders looked at the system of government, the republic, not a democracy. I want the death of democracy. I want to see the republic rise again. Is that where you're at?
Absolutely. One of the things when it comes to guns and all the new rules that they're coming in, particularly the Safety Act and some of the other things about registration, I inherited a very large military gun collection from my father. I'm very fortunate that I have property in Wisconsin so that I do not have to register like a sex offender.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's humiliating. All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Dr. Kent Mercado, surgeon, attorney, father, and congressional candidate for the 11th District. How can people get more information about your campaign?
ElectDrKent.com.
Elect Dr. Kent.
Dr. Kent.
Dr. Kent.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Listening to Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly.